Hi gang, so long time no see. I know I haven't been on Instagram or YouTube for quite a while. A lot has happened in this past month and a half, and that's the reason why I've been missing. So in this video, we're just going to play around with some new makeup and I'll update you about my life. I did receive a package from Lisa. Hi Lisa. We intended to do this makeup swap and I actually did send her package out in the beginning of March. DHL is notorious for taking forever to get any packages from Germany to the US. I've tried this with different friends from the US and it always takes a really long time to get there, about 2 months, even 3 months. My package was in Frankfurt for about a month. I think on the 7th of April, I received the package back. I placed an aerosol can spray thing in there and that's not allowed. Because of that, I had to remove it and resend the package. And so I did that on the 12th of April. She's probably gonna get it after 2 months because that's just the track record that I have with DHL. I've already filmed an unboxing video, but I'm not going to post it until she receives a package and she's able to unbox hers. That way we can upload it together as a collaboration video, so stay tuned for that. However, I will be using some of the stuff that she sent me. I'm gonna play around with the Natasha Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. They were having a sale on Sephora and that was why I picked it up. I'm gonna take this shade, Magic. So what has been going on? Why have I been missing? So a month back, Martin and I had to go to the immigration office to renew my visa. I've been staying in Germany with a student visa since late 2015. I'm currently enrolled in a master's program for sociology. Sometime in my second year of doing my master's, I fell into a severe depression, and that was why I stopped going to classes. I just wasn't able to function properly. So it took me a really long time to kind of accept that I was having depression and accept help for it. So this time when we went to the immigration office, they said, you know, based on your track record, we can't prolong your visa as being a student visa anymore. Now I have something called a Fiktionsbescheinigung, which is just a piece of paper saying that I'm allowed to stay here until the end of May of this year. So I have a month and a half to get my affairs in order. And yeah, so they said, you know, I could get letters from my psychiatrist and my therapist to explain, to give some sort of excuse as to why I wasn't able to attend classes. However, the lady who was looking into my case, she suggested that if Martin and I had already intended to get married, perhaps it would be a good idea to just expedite that whole process and apply for a marriage and apply to get married in Germany. Sometime in the beginning of this year, we talked about getting married, and we wanted to get married in late 2022 in Singapore specifically. Because of the whole COVID situation right now is really not a good time to return to Singapore. There is a 2-week quarantine, mandatory quarantine that you have to partake in if you enter Singapore, and you will have to foot all the expenses of yourself, which comes to about 1,600 euros, probably about 1,700, 1,800 thereabouts USD. So it's just not feasible. That doesn't include the flight tickets, the expenses for the flight, everything. You know, it's just purely for the quarantine stay, 2 weeks in whatever kind of situation they put you up in. So that's just not a feasible idea, although it should be less complicated in terms of the official documents and everything that you would need to get married in Singapore as compared to Germany. I have been scrambling around, and so has Martin, trying to figure out what documents I need exactly to get married and how to get those documents in time, what the procedures are, making appointments, because COVID has really made things more difficult. If there wasn't all of these restrictions, I probably could just return back to Singapore to get those documents done. Then again, I would probably also go back to Singapore to get married if COVID wasn't a thing, but that's not the case. So I've been coordinating everything with my mom. Right now, things are on track. Definitely. A few weeks ago, I was really stressed out, and that was why I couldn't film or edit. I had so many things to do. But now that things are kind of on their way, going according to plan, this is why I'm sitting down now to film this video. In addition to that, we are also kind of sprucing up the apartment a little bit. I know I've spoken about this before. There was a period of time when we started working on the kitchen, and that's already completed. And then we decided we wanted to really make this place more homey. And it also kind of ties into my kind of mental health state. I think I really do want to make this place somewhere where I can feel relaxed. Yeah, we talked about it, and it seems that it just makes a little bit more sense in terms of finances to really invest in this place, because I do still need time to complete my master's, and after that is completed, we can look into, what's the next move in terms of our life plan. And of course, a lot of it is dependent on where I'm at mentally. Doing YouTube has been part of my recovery. I've found some kind of joy from doing this. I like filming, I like editing these videos. And yeah, I don't know if this is ever going to be a source of financial income. Based on my numbers right now, I'm nowhere close to that. But you never know. Maybe in the future. So I'm just going to continue doing this as kind of a hobby. And if it so happens that I ever get to the point where this could be financially lucrative, then that would be wonderful. So I've used snow cone, and then I added a bit of aerialist on top. But honestly, I don't see much of that showing up here. I only use snow cone on this eye, so. I also got this Kryolan variety eyeshadow palette. Whoops, it's upside down. Kryolan. This is a brand more geared towards professional working makeup artists. But I've really been, enjoying exploring those kinds of brands. This Kryolan palette looks really interesting. And I've tried it out. I've used it a few times, and I've been quite impressed with the formula. I like how they blend out. I think that they are really nice and saturated. And the shades are really cool and interesting. So I'm going to take a purple shade from there. So I also wanted to talk about my wedding plans. Because we're not going to be doing it in Singapore, I've decided that I want to wear a traditional Sarong Kebaya outfit in Peranakan culture. So I do have Peranakan heritage on both sides of my family. I think my dad's side is a little bit more so Javanese, but on my mom's side, it's not Javanese, but primarily Malay, Chinese, Peranakan type of heritage that we have. I come from Singapore, and that area, that Southeast Asian area, I suppose, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, there was a lot of colonization going on. Specifically in Singapore, we were colonized by the British. and they established a trading port. So because of that, plenty of immigrants from China and India came to Singapore to become traders. And the indigenous people of Singapore and Malaysia are Malays. Because of this influx of immigrants, there was a lot of inter-ethnic marriages. A lot of Chinese men, the traders, would have Malay wives, and therefore all these inter-ethnic cultural influences came into play, and therefore there's this term Peranakan, which refers to this inter-ethnic cultural group of people. So the sarong kebaya, the top, the kind of jackety thing that you see is the kebaya part of it, and the bottom is the sarong. In Peranakan culture, a lot of the embroidery is very much influenced by, I guess, Chinese design. And so you would see birds and flowers and things like that. And I mean, back then, a lot of things were hand sewn. You would have to painstakingly embroider your own kebaya. But nowadays, obviously, machines and all of that come into play. So in the picture that I'm going to show you, the two kebayas that I wore, one from my, I guess, when I was, I think 15 or 16, and then the one where I'm with my grandma, I think that was maybe when I was 17 or around that age. The yellow and the blue kebaya, they were from my grandma, and she's a very small woman. She had a very small frame. So the kebaya, traditionally, you should cover your, it should go over your chest and be pinned over the chest. But with me, because my bosom was or is larger, and I don't have such a small frame, I always kind of pinned it just kind of below the bosom area. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not pinning it correctly or in the traditional way. My mom decided to buy me a kebaya for my wedding here in Germany, and we went with a red kebaya, which is the traditional type of color you would wear in Chinese weddings, Peranakan weddings. Instead of white. I ordered some inexpensive sarongs on Etsy, because the sarongs that I have that are kind of, it has a zip and it has a clasp and everything, they are too small for me because I bought them when I was smaller. Besides that, the item that I'm most excited about is the beaded shoes. So I ordered some traditional beaded shoes, and it has to be painstakingly handmade. So, they don't have anything in stock. It's all custom. It's going to take about 3 months to complete, and I'm really looking forward to it. This website that I went to has plenty of, different designs, and you can choose the height of the heel. You can choose whether it has an ankle strap. You can choose whether it's a wedge heel or if it's a kind of block heel or a stiletto heel. They have many different options, but you will have to wait a really long period of time before it gets shipped to you because they're making it from scratch. And it's a shop in Malaysia. So I'll link the website down below if you're interested to check it out. I was thinking of maybe going for something that would possibly be more versatile in terms of matching other outfits. But when I saw that design, that kind of aquamarine shade with the goldfish, I was sold. I couldn't stop. Every time I looked at that picture, my heart just went boop, 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 boop. So yeah, for that reason, I've decided, okay, those are going to be my beaded shoes. You can be sure that I am definitely going to put on some colorful eyeshadow for my wedding day. I'm not going to go basic. And obviously my outfit will be very colorful. I will try to match everything very nicely to it. So I'm waiting for those pieces to come to me so that I can, kind of play around with the makeup that I have and see how it would match the Kebaya and the Sarong and everything, the entire outfit. I'm so excited for that. We're gonna get married in Nagold, which is where his parents, where Martin's parents live, and my parents will have to watch the whole thing via webcam or something like that. But we do intend to return to Singapore at some point to, you know, have a celebration over there, have maybe a traditional Chinese dinner with Martin's parents. Hopefully COVID will have subsided at some point and we can go back and party there. And also we want to do this tea ceremony, this traditional tea ceremony for my parents. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Also, I did pick out a kind of more Western style wedding dress at some point because we had planned on getting married in Singapore. I will probably be wearing that kind of white, or not white, but cream off-white type of wedding dress when I am in Singapore, but wear the Peranakan Sarong Kebaya in Germany. All going well, we will be married by the middle of this year. I know Katelyn House, she has a channel on here. Hi Katelyn, I'll link her down below. She's doing, or she already did a video on the Circo Loco palette as like her review. And I kind of watched a little bit of that before I played around with mine. And she likes her Circo Loco palette. So far I've only tried maybe 2 shades, 3 shades. So I can't really form a strong opinion. So far the purple, the shade, I think it was called Magic. That one performs really nicely. The shade Snow Cone, I kind of expected it to be a bit more blue. It looks very silver on my eye. I don't know. Looks very, very silver. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do a silver liner. Let's see if that works out with this look. Also, shout out to Sam and Louise. Hi Louise, hi Sam. And Emmy, hi Emmy. Because they, you know, they kind of know what's been going on. Sam and Louise helped me pick out the microphone that I'm going with because I've been wanting to improve the audio quality for my videos. I really like the audio quality of, like, for instance, Katelyn's videos. She does have this clip-on mic, but I didn't like the idea of clipping anything to my chest. So, you know, I kind of poked around on Amazon, watched some videos, and then I got myself some Rode microphones, the one that's on top of the camera and shot like a shotgun microphone. But honestly, the audio quality was not any better than the quality that my camera can pick up. You know, just the inbuilt microphone on my camera. I returned that and then I watched some other videos and then I tried something else. And this time I put the microphone above my head and I tested that out for a bit. But that particular mic was, you know, the cable created this weird humming sound in the background and it just wasn't, sometimes it was there, sometimes it wasn't. So I decided to return that as well. And I thought to myself, you know what, if you like Katelyn's quality of audio and she's using this kind of lapel mic, just find a lapel mic. So I found a couple and I tested them and I asked for Louise's and Sam's opinion on the microphone and they both said they liked this one better and I also like this one better than the other one. The other one has more of a bass to it, but this one has it sounds a lot more clear. It gets more attention and I feel like I'm not going to fall asleep listening to my voice with this particular microphone. With the other one, I end up kind of not really paying attention to what I'm saying. With this microphone, it's different. It's a lot more crisp and to the point. I did watch some videos about microphone and sound quality and audio quality, and a lot of these videos were from men. And I did find that although Frederick, it sounds very, you know, rich and bassy, I kind of felt like I couldn't really pay attention to what they were saying for a extended period of time because the voice was kind of putting me to sleep. That's not to say they were boring or anything. I could, you know, they're not boring. They're quite engaging and everything. And the quality of the voice is really nice, but it's I don't know, something about that bass, that deep, rich bass, just makes me very relaxed. I think it's good for maybe audiobooks or something like that. I just said I didn't want false lashes and I grabbed some eyelash glue. What is wrong with me? Oh my. Did I just smear some stuff on my head? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it somewhat entertaining. I know that I have quite a few palette battles to do, and I'm really late on my latest one. Bear with me, I will eventually get those done. Fingers crossed by the end of this month, by the end of April, I'll get all the documents I need. I just really want to get this over with. Sorry I've been gone for so long, but I'm back, and ciao for now. If you're wondering what these books are, these aren't mine, these are Martin's. All his programming books from uni, so yeah. I don't know anything about Python or C++, please don't ask me.